Did you know that 70% of the wealthy are self-made? According to a recent study by the Williams Group, most rich people didn't inherit their fortunes. Instead, they built them from scratch. This means you don't need a trust fund to achieve financial success. You just need the right mindset. Shocking, right? It turns out that many wealthy individuals come from humble beginnings. For example, Oprah Winfrey was born into poverty but transformed her life into a multi-billion-dollar empire. This proves that wealth isn't just about having money, it's about how you think and act. In this article, we'll explore how to think like the wealthy, even if your bank account doesn't show it. We'll dive into strategies that successful people use to build their legacies, manage their lives, learn continuously, and give back to society. You'll discover how adopting these mindsets can help you create a richer, more fulfilling life. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of the wealthy? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Born without wealth, built for legacy. It's a common myth that most wealthy people are born rich. In reality, 68% of billionaires are self-made, according to Forbes. Many came from ordinary beginnings but had one key thing in common: they saw opportunities where others saw barriers. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He started his career at 11 years old by investing in stocks. His wealth didn't come from a wealthy background but from a mindset that valued small, smart risks early on. This is a lesson. Your financial starting point doesn't define your future, but your perception of it does. In a famous study by the National Bureau of Economic Research, researchers found that a child's economic future is more influenced by the people they know than the wealth they are born into. Wealthy people often surround themselves with successful mentors, not necessarily because of privilege but because they actively seek them out. You can do the same. Even if you aren't born into a network of wealthy individuals, you can create one through intentional relationship building. People like Oprah Winfrey, who was born into poverty, built their fortunes not through wealth inheritance but through a vision. They didn't just wait for luck to strike. They created the conditions for success by learning from their environment. The lesson here: you don't need to be born into wealth to build a legacy, but you do need to train your eyes to see opportunities in unexpected places. Chapter 2. Life beyond luxury. The mindset of wealthy living. Here's a surprising truth. Most wealthy people don't spend like they're wealthy. In fact, a survey from Fidelity found that 60% of millionaires still live on a budget. They don't measure wealth in terms of luxury purchases or status symbols, but in terms of financial independence and security. This mindset shift is key. Wealthy people often prioritize time over money. They understand that time is the one resource that can't be replenished. They spend money on things that save them time, like hiring help or outsourcing tasks, so they can focus on bigger goals. You can start small, maybe delegate a few tasks or invest in tools that make your life more efficient. Another fact: 75% of self-made millionaires exercise regularly, according to Tom Corley, author of Rich Habits. Why? They see health as the ultimate wealth. If you're physically fit, your mind is sharper, and you can make better decisions. Wealthy people understand that their energy and productivity are critical assets, just like their money. Most importantly, wealthy people often invest in experiences over material possessions. Studies from the University of San Francisco show that experiences, rather than things, bring more lasting happiness. So, rather than chasing the next big purchase, think about how you can invest in experiences that build memories, knowledge, or relationships. That's how the wealthy live beyond luxury. They make decisions that enhance their quality of life, not just their image. Chapter 3. Learning the hidden curriculum of wealth. The wealthy never stop learning, but not in the traditional sense. You might be surprised to learn that 85% of millionaires read 2 or more books a month, according to a survey by Business Insider. But they aren't reading novels for entertainment. They're consuming books on self-improvement, finance, and business strategy. The wealthy are also relentless about seeking mentorship. Mark Cuban famously said, "I love to compete. I love to know that no matter how much I learn, there's always more to learn." Cuban built his fortune by constantly surrounding himself with people smarter than him, and that's a common strategy among the rich. You don't need formal schooling for this. networking is your biggest asset. If you don't have access to wealthy mentors, follow thought leaders in your field online. Watch their talks, read their blogs, and mimic their strategies. What the wealthy learn goes beyond formal education. They focus on acquiring skills that have a direct impact on their income, like negotiation, communication, and problem solving. They also learn through failure. Sarah Blakely, the billionaire founder of Spanx, often says her father encouraged her to fail. The bigger the failure, the bigger the lesson, she explains. This attitude allows wealthy people to see failure as a stepping stone to success, not an endpoint. The hidden curriculum of wealth is also about learning from others' mistakes. Wealthy people often study the failures of those who came before them so they can avoid common pitfalls. You can do this too, by reading biographies of successful individuals or studying case studies in your industry. The bottom line: the wealthy learn differently. They don't just seek knowledge, they seek knowledge that directly impacts their ability to build and sustain wealth. The best part? This is something anyone can adopt, no matter their financial background. If you find these insights helpful, be sure to subscribe for more tips and strategies on how to think like the wealthy and transform your financial future. Chapter 4. Teaching through legacy. More than money. Many people think the rich only pass down money. But in reality, wealthy families pass down something far more valuable: knowledge. According to a study by the Williams Group, 70% of wealthy families lose their wealth by the second generation, and 90% by the third. Why? Because they pass down money without the wisdom to manage it. Rich families know that teaching financial literacy early is key. This means showing their children how to manage, invest, and multiply wealth. Warren Buffett once said, "The most important investment you can make is in yourself." Wealthy parents teach their kids this early on. They don't just hand them money, they teach them how to grow it. A lot of wealthy individuals focus on building a legacy of values, not just assets. They teach their children how to think critically, solve problems, and take calculated risks. Many successful entrepreneurs, like Richard Branson, credit their parents for fostering a spirit of adventure and resilience. Teaching these values often has a bigger impact than any inheritance. One unique strategy the rich use is the idea of stewardship. They see wealth as something they manage for the next generation, rather than something they own outright. This shifts the focus from spending to preserving and growing. This mindset is why you often see wealthy families involved in charitable work and philanthropy. It's about leaving the world a better place. Wealthy people often create systems to ensure their knowledge is passed down. For example, many families hold regular wealth meetings, where they discuss investments, family goals, and financial plans. You don't need to be a millionaire to start this in your own family. It's about sharing knowledge and setting long-term goals together. The key takeaway? The wealthy understand that true legacy is built through teaching, not just about money, but about the skills and mindset required to sustain and grow wealth. Chapter 5. Thinking in levels. The power of multi-layered strategy. If there's one thing that sets the wealthy apart, it's their ability to think long-term. But it's more than just thinking ahead, they think in layers. This means they understand how short-term decisions impact long-term goals and how multiple strategies can work together to create exponential growth. A Harvard study found that one of the biggest differences between wealthy and non-wealthy people is their ability to delay gratification. The rich are willing to forego short-term pleasures to achieve long-term success. Instead of spending money on things that lose value, they invest in things that compound over time, like stocks, businesses, or real estate. Wealthy people also understand the concept of leverage. They use other people's time, money, or resources to multiply their own efforts. For example, instead of saving for years to start a business, they might secure funding or bring in investors. This allows them to scale faster and achieve more than they could on their own. Another layered strategy the rich use is diversification. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. Instead, they spread their investments across different areas to reduce risk. A report from CNBC found that wealthy people typically hold investments in at least 3 asset classes: stocks, bonds, and real estate being the most common. This protects them from market swings and ensures they have multiple streams of income. But it's not just financial strategies. Wealthy people think in layers when it comes to their personal lives as well. They invest in relationships, health, and education, all of which compound over time. Think about it. The connections you make today could lead to opportunities tomorrow. Your health choices now will determine your productivity in the future. In short, the wealthy think of life as a chessboard. Every move they make serves multiple purposes, and they're always a few steps ahead. This is something anyone can adopt. Start thinking about how your daily decisions impact your long-term goals, and look for ways to create layers of opportunity in everything you do. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how to think and live like the wealthy. Transforming your mindset is the first step toward building a richer life.